And good evening, everyone, and welcome into another KDSJ sports broadcast as we get set for high school volleyball action tonight. It is the Class AA SoDak 16, the one-night playoff to see who goes to next weekend's state tournament championships out in Sioux Falls. And tonight, we're featuring a number 8 versus number 9 as two teams match up here in Spearfish as the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles make the road trip to the Black Hills tonight to take on the Spearfish Lady Spartans to see who punches their ticket to state next weekend. Good evening, everyone. I'm Cody Oliver, along with Clayson Davis at KDSJ-TV, and over at the helm as well, we have Paul James working up here in the stands as he's running one of our cameras as well as some of the microphones tonight. So we have quite the production put together for tonight's contest as the Spearfish Spartans host the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles, and this is our countdown to first serve being brought to you by Jake's Collision Repair, the Black Hills home team for collision repairs at 4415 East Colorado Boulevard in Spearfish and off of exit 32 Junction Avenue in Sturgis. And welcome into the Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine broadcast booth. I'm Cody Oliver. Clayson Davis along with us as well. Clayson, give us a little bit more details on how people can watch the game tonight through KDSJ-TV.
Yeah, thank you, Cody. KDSJ-TV back in the action here with our third class SoDak 16 contest. We have Class AA tonight. This last Tuesday, I was in Phillip for the Class B and Class A SoDak 16s. Following Hill City and Harding County. Now let's see if Spearfish can kind of turn the luck at KDSJ. All area teams are currently 0-2 in the SoDak 16, so seeing if Spearfish can turn it around. But yeah, in order to watch it, if you have a mobile device or if you have Facebook, you can always sign on at KDSJ-TV on our YouTube channel. Just go to the live tab under our channel, and then you can find the game that's streaming live right now here on KDSJ-TV. And on KDSJ-TV on Facebook, all you got to do is go to our Facebook page, click on our profile, and you'll find it right then and there. So definitely pretty easy to find the game tonight. It's the same radio broadcast audio, except it'll just be in TV form, so you can watch the action all as it unfolds.
And that's a simulcast tonight. And thanks once again to Clayson Davis and Paul James taking care of things over there at KDSJ-TV. Nice to be at home here for this matchup as the Spearfish Spartans have been hovering there at the number 8 seed for the past few weeks. There's a fine line, folks, between number 8 and number 9 because the top 8 seeds get to host on their home court instead of going out East River, most likely to either Sioux Falls or Aberdeen Central or Brandon, something like that. Spearfish gets the home court advantage. They faced off against Aberdeen Central earlier this year. That was something different as well. It's a game that started on a Friday night, ended up finishing on a Saturday morning here in Spearfish. So the fans from Aberdeen Central and Spearfish know all about that. But let's get to know a little bit more about these two teams as number 8 seed Aberdeen Central coming in with a record of 12-8. This will be just match number 21 for them on the season, while the Spearfish Lady Spartans, this will be match number 33 as they are 23-9 on the season. And as the higher seed, number 8, Spearfish gets to host Aberdeen Central. The Spearfish High School pep band is in the house. It is maroon out. They're trying to pack the stands for this one. So if you're still on your way, our countdown to first serve is about 23 minutes away. Get over to the gym for some reason. If you can't make it here, keep it right here on KDSJ 980 AM, 103.5 FM, and through KDSJ-TV for all of the coverage. We'll be back to lay the foundation for a SoDak 16 matchup coming up next.
Has built their reputation by offering the highest quality, guaranteed repairs in the area. Satisfied customers returned again and again for everything from collision repair to custom paint, glass and windshield, and the best hail repair in the region. They're preferred by most insurance companies and work with all of them. Jake's Collision Repair of Spearfish and Sturgis. Give them a Google today for the best repair on your vehicle, guaranteed.
At Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, we are here to help you make your comeback. Our team is standing by to diagnose and treat your injury with some of the most advanced treatment options available and same-day appointments. Monument Health practitioners work closely with our therapists and physicians in communities throughout the Black Hills, with locations in Rapid City and Spearfish. Visit monument.health/orthopedics for more information. That's monument.health/orthopedics for more information.
And welcome back to our Jake's Collision Repair Countdown to First Serve here with the Class AA SoDak 16 right here in Spearfish, joined by head Spearfish volleyball coach Shelby Richards. Coach Richards, you guys have had a goal the entire season of hosting a SoDak 16 game. Well, here you are in the 8th spot, hosting a SoDak 16 game for the first time here in Spearfish ever since they've joined Class AA. How does it feel to get that monkey off your back?
It's super exciting. It's something that we have, had as a goal for a while now, and it took 3 years to get it done. And we're just super thankful for all the work that these kids have put in, and it's all paying off, and it's very well deserved for them.
How has the team been dealing with the pressure of, again, hosting a SoDak 16 game for the first time in school history and also trying to make it back to the state tournament, which is something that Spearfish has not done since 2015 when they were a part of Class A?
I think, that's a little bit of a loaded question. The nerves are definitely there. We try to keep everything in practice pretty much the same this week. We did have a few other things. We had a team meal that the parents had put together and decorated for us. They got some posters made from the little kids. So there's been a little bit extra added, but as a coaching staff, we've just tried to keep everything the same, kind of had our practices look the same routine, talked about, the nerves are going to be there. The adrenaline's going to be going. And just to soak it in, when you come out of the locker room tonight, embrace the crowd, embrace the noise, get yourself settled in, and kind of just channel that energy towards all for good things. But looking at the state tournament, they were Class A the last time they went, and I haven't dwelled on it much with these kids because they're talking about it. They're adding all the pressure themselves too in conversation. So just trying to keep it simple. It's just another volleyball game, and just trust that we got here for a reason, and our skills are what we're going to fall back on, and believe in ourselves, and we'll get the job done.
What do you think has improved the most this season to get you in a spot where you're hosting a SoDak 16 game?
Honestly, I think it's the culture, the buy-in. It's a whole program effort. These kids have been with me now for 3 years, and they've bought into all the little things that we've implemented, and we ask a lot out of them. We have very high expectations for all volleyball players, and they respond well, and I think they're seeing why we have all those things in place. Again, though, it's just these kids. They're really working hard. They all have the same end goal, which really helps. So we all are striving for the same thing. And I would just say our overall play has improved tremendously. And the biggest thing is serve receive. If you can pass the ball, things can go pretty well as long as your offense is clicking a little bit. But I would say our serve receive and next ball mentality, which I've talked to you about a lot of times, is we're actually believing that. We're moving on a lot quicker than what we have in the past. And tonight, that's going to be huge. We can't allow ourselves to beat ourselves up because everybody else is going to do that for you. You've got to trust yourself and just kind of stay bought in with what they know. And it's definitely been a team effort.
As head coach Shelby Richards joins us with our Jake's Collision Repair Countdown to First Serve. Turning the page now to your opponent tonight. Second time this season you guys are facing the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles. Of course, you guys beat them back in the later end of September in almost like a wild game when there was a shutdown right in the middle of the game. And what's the challenges of playing another team that you guys played already this season in a really close contest?
There's your pros and cons to both of that. It's hard to beat a team twice, but also we're coming in with confidence that we've already beat them. So we just have to run with the confidence piece and not look back on what's going on. Aberdeen is playing some pretty good ball right now. I think that the game is going to be a lot similar to what it was when we played them in September. We both have improved, so I think that's going to keep it very tight. It's going to come down to what girls are making the least amount of errors, and that's what we've kind of been talking about this week, and just keeping the ball in play and giving ourselves a chance. So I'm excited to play them. I think it's a great matchup for us, but I really like their head coach, Jackie, so I'm bummed that only one of us gets to go. But I think it'll be a really good matchup. They'll have a good crowd, too, tonight. Biggest thing is they're outside heavy, and then they have a lefty on the right side that we don't see often. So we really kind of focused on that this week, prepping for it. And I just think it's going to be a battle to the very end, and I'm so excited for it.
What has the Eagles done differently this season compared to when you first saw them back in September?
I would say they've just improved, just like everybody else this season. They're really pushing pin to pin. They're outside dominant. I can't think of her name right now. Number 20 on the outside. She plays basketball as well. And then their right side hitter, that lefty, has improved, and she's getting a lot of kills for them. So we've just got to make sure our block is solid. We're getting touches to help out our defense. And I would say even their serve receive has improved the last few games that I've watched them. And it all, volleyball is a game of momentum. So you never really know what's going to happen. And with the extra adrenaline and pressure of what's at the end of tonight, it kind of just depends on what team settles in the quickest. And again, I think there's a little bit of rival also, because if you look at last year for basketball, when they hosted, they also played Aberdeen and won. So I think there's some extra on both ends here going into it. But again, I'm excited it's Aberdeen. It's a great matchup for us.
The number 20 you were talking about earlier, that's Lauren Burkhardt, the sophomore outside hitter. She leads the team in kills, also leads the team in aces, their best server, and also top 3 in blocks. How do you slow her down tonight?
We did a pretty good job when we played them the first time. We have a game plan on how we're going to take one of our favorite shots away and then trust our back row. We're going to feed her right into a lap of a defensive player if we can, as long as she takes that. She has a lot of different shots in her pocket too. She'll throw some off-speed shots, and then she'll hammer the ball. So you just have to move on. Our goal tonight is if we get any off-speed shots, we're executing and we're going to terminate the ball. The only shot we want them to actually get is a good, solid kill right down into the floor, and you look at them, you say, hey, that's a great hit, and you move on. And so she's kind of one of those kids. She might get a hold of one and put it on 10-foot line, and you just say, that was good, but I got your next one. So just making sure we're getting touches on her, get in her head a little bit, and that's kind of what we did the first time we saw her. But again, she's maturing also. She's been on their team. I think they pulled her up a little bit as an 8th grader too, and started as a freshman. So every match she's getting in, she's getting more varsity experience, and so are we. But again, just kind of getting touches on both of their pin players right now is going to be key for us.
Switching gears now to when you guys have the ball on offense, what do you see defensively from the Eagles that you can try to exploit tonight?
They have a little bit of breakdown on defense naturally with some teams, but if our back row is helping out our hitters and seeing where the holes are, I think we can score on some off-speed shots. And then down the line, if that's what they decide to do again, they might change it up because we scored down the line last time. So we just have to be versatile. And if they're giving us the line shot, we'll take it. If they're giving us cross. And then we've got to make sure that we're mixing up our offense. We can't just go outside because the block then anticipates that. We've got to keep all hitters engaged to get some holes in the block so we have some opportunity to take some advantage of that and put the ball down. So I think just being aware of what they're doing on that side. We talked a lot about everybody's role. Anybody on the bench, they're looking across, they're helping us out on what they're seeing. If there's somebody playing a little different than what we anticipated, letting us know that and just making sure we put our shots where we need to.
What are your keys to a win tonight versus Aberdeen Central to advance to the state tournament in Sioux Falls next week?
We have to pass. You talk to any volleyball coach at any level, it is the serve and pass game. We have to pass and serve receive. Our goal is a 2.2. If we pass a 2.2, good things are going to happen. When we're struggling in passing, if you want to go back to the Stevens game, no one wants to, but if you go back to it, we struggled in passing, which then in hindsight, our hitters were all over the place. Our setter was working her tail off to get that ball up there. So our first goal is to pass the ball. We want to serve like 92% serving, keep that ball in play. Usually a missed serve is a 2-point swing. You give them a freebie and then they get another point right off the bat. So our biggest goal is serving and then passing and playing clean. We talk about it all year. We play clean, give ourselves a chance. So making sure that we're passing that ball up. And if we're struggling, we're just going to pass high in the middle and give our offense a chance to put the ball away.
Awesome. And finally, Coach, what do you expect from this hometown crowd that'll be rocking inside Spearfish High School here tonight?
Oh, man. I'm excited. I think a lot of people are going to show up. These girls do deserve it. And I think it's going to be very similar to the SoDak game last year for basketball and maybe even a little more just because volleyball is just a growing sport in general. And we're kind of all excited for these things, and the community is definitely bought in. I have to give a shout out to a lot of sponsors. I don't know who they all are. They're kind of an anonymous, but we've had people pitch in about $1,000 for middle school and high school students to get in for free tonight, and then about $500 for pizza for all high school kids. So the community has definitely stepped up. Yeah, it's awesome. They've stepped up. I know Little Caesars, shout out to them. They gave a big deal on getting those pizzas in as well. And so the community, Spearfish is a big community, but when it comes down to it, we do get a small town feel, and everybody does support everything that's happening. So that's been really cool to see, and just I'm excited to see the crowd. I'm excited to see all the maroon in the gym and all the excitement going on. So I think it's going to be a really fun atmosphere.
Awesome. Well, Coach Richards, thank you for the insight into tonight's game to help lay the foundation. Here brought to you by Heiserling Concrete, and good luck tonight. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yes, thank you.
That was head Spearfish volleyball coach Shelby Richards. We will continue with our Jake's Collision Repair countdown to first serve right after this short break. And welcome back to our Jake's Collision Repair.
You see them everywhere. That's because Heinzerling Concrete of Spearfish is the most trusted name for everything from driveways, sidewalks, decorative stamp patios, and of course, foundations. Heinzerling Concrete is proud to support the activities that help our area youth build their foundation for future success. Whatever the job, Heinzerling Concrete is the name you can trust. Google Heinzerling Concrete in Spearfish or call 210-2320.
And welcome back, everyone, to the Spearfish High School gym as we get set for the SoDak 16 Class AA High School volleyball matchup tonight. The Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles coming on the road to take on the Spearfish Spartans. And I believe the Spartans have a home court advantage tonight as we hear the pep band in the background. And I'm Cody Oliver, Clayson Davis with us as well over at KDSJ-TV. And it is our countdown to first serve being brought to you by Jake's Collision Repair with a location right here in Spearfish. Also, our broadcast booth is brought to you by Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the official sports medicine provider to several area high schools in the Black Hills and northeastern Wyoming. Thanks to Monument Health and Jake's Collision Repair as we continue to lay the foundation for this matchup, being brought to you by Heiserling Concrete. The Spearfish Lady Spartans coming off of a win a week ago tonight, back on Thursday, November 7th, as they got a win over Douglas 3 games to none. They're 23-9 on the season as they take on an opponent that they've seen earlier this year, back in September, the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles. Clayson Davis filling us in a little bit more on the scouting report on them.
Yeah, looking at the Golden Eagles, they've just slowly gotten better and better throughout the season. Had a very tough stretch to end the season. Played some top teams, including some Sioux Falls schools. Also lost to Watertown to end the regular season. Of course, Harrisburg. We all know the story behind the Tigers. They're just absolutely outstanding. But looking at Aberdeen Central, I mean, they're coming into this game motivated. Like head coach Shelby Richards said, back in basketball, I know there's two different sports, but a lot of these girls play both basketball and volleyball. A lot of Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles were here back in the winter to see the pretty much get beat to not make it to the state finals. But Aberdeen Central, they've been in this spot before. Last season, they were in this same 8 and 9 seed game to make it to state. They ended up hosting that game and winning that game. Ended up ending off being 8th in the finals last year. But again, just a year ago, they got 8th in the state finals. And these two teams have played each other earlier this year, and in a wild one with a threat in the school that halted the game, had to come back the next morning and finish it off. And if you look at that, Spearfish took set 1 right before the game was canceled, and then it came back the next morning. Aberdeen Central took set 1, and then Spearfish took the final 3 sets in the ending of the game, as Aberdeen Central took set 1 27-29, so it went to extra points. And then in sets 2 through 4, they were all close ones, 25-22, 31-29, and then 25-21. So two teams, yes, it was a 3-1 match, but it wasn't like it was a blowout. These two teams are very close, very alike when you look at the stats between the two squads. Right now, looking at Aberdeen Central, led by, of course, number 20, Lauren Burkhardt, a sophomore outside hitter, 6'1", number 1 in the team in kills, 223 kills on the season, 33.8% kill rate, leads the team in hitting percentage. She's first on the team in aces, 13% 2 ace rate on her serves, which also leads the team, and also second on the team in blocks as well with 86 digs on the season. She plays all around the court. She's their main attacker, both from the service line and from her outside hitting position. She also might get set toward the middle as well, using her height, as she is the tallest girl on the court. And especially from the service line, what head coach Shelby Richards said, the serve game going to be very critical in two teams that are a lot alike.
I think a couple of other girls to be listening for or maybe watching out for on KDSJ-TV. Camden Borg, a freshman outside hitter. She stands at 5'8". Also, Kennedy Withers. She's a right side hitter that Coach Shelby Richards talked about in the pregame show. She's 5'6" junior. She's third in the team in kills, and you always need a good setter. If you're going to be establishing a good team, you got to have that quarterback on the volleyball court. Olivia Miller, a sophomore setter at 5'7". She leads the team in assists, almost 500 on the season. Only 4 errors so far this year for Olivia Miller, and she's also second on the team in digs with 161. So a good setter and a good defensive player there with Olivia Miller, a sophomore for Aberdeen Central.
And of course, looking at the Golden Eagles, they've played a tough schedule this year. I mean, they're 10-7 versus Class AA opponents with a 12-8 record, and they again have played some really tough competition. So look for this Aberdeen Central squad to really come into this game motivated and fired up.
As we lay the foundation, being brought to you by Heiserling Concrete. It's our pregame show, also being brought to you by Jake's Collision Repair. That's a little bit about Aberdeen Central. As the game gets rolling along, we can dive into more of the stats tonight for the Spartans and the Golden Eagles. And if you're tuning in right here on KDSJ 980 AM and 103.5 FM, we have high school volleyball tonight. It's the Class AA SoDak 16. The higher seeds get to host across the state, so there's 8 matches. We'll talk about that coming up in our matchup menu, but so critical, I think, to have it at home here in Spearfish with the maroon out. You got the pep band, you got your hometown crowd right here. This is how Spearfish wanted it to have it at home. We'll see if they can take care of business tonight and get back to the state tournament. We'll have more coverage over on KDSJ-TV. It's free YouTube channel and Facebook Live. We'll be back with your matchup menu coming up next.
In your direction, Dana Dental Arts and Spearfish reminds you to make you and your family's dental health a top priority. Putting off small problems now can lead to big ones later. We are small enough to feel like family, but big enough to bring you the latest technology. Before your lives get too hectic with school, sports, and other extracurricular activities, schedule a comprehensive exam now. We love our patients. Celebrating 50 years of dentistry in Spearfish.
Let our family care for your family.
Beef Logic, Inc. is proud to sponsor South Dakota's high school and collegiate athletes this season as they work alongside their partners at the South Dakota Beef Industry Council to deliver the Build Your Base Sports Nutrition Program at local high schools and colleges around the state and the country. Are you looking for a simple, easy-to-follow program that can help you and your family optimize performance both on and off the field of play? Check out buildyourbase.org and learn why beef continues to be the premier protein for athletic performance and recovery.
I'm Cody Oliver along with Clayson Davis and Paul James live here at the Spearfish High School Gym. We brought every piece of equipment we could here for KDSJ-TV and KDSJ Radio as Anchors Away plays in the background for the Spearfish Spartans fight song here at home tonight. And let's have a look at tonight's matchup menu being brought to you by Beef Logic. This is one of 8 games being played across the state, so 8 winners will move on to next weekend's Class AA state tournament. It's a combined tournament. All 3 classes will be out in Sioux Falls next weekend. Number 1 Harrisburg is hosting Douglas tonight as the Douglas Patriots, I'm sorry, you have to make the trip out to Harrisburg for that game tonight. Let's see, number 8 Spearfish is hosting number 9 seed Aberdeen Central. That matchup coming up here on KDSJ Sports as Aberdeen Central 12-8 on the regular season. You usually play about 30 to 35 matches in the regular season. I'm not quite sure why they only played 20, but Spearfish got in 32 matches in the regular season. They're 23-9 and a number 8 seed. Number 2 seed Sioux Falls Jefferson is hosting number 15 seed Pierre tonight. Number 7 seed Brandon Valley is at home against number 10 seed Rapid City Stevens. I think maybe Rapid City Stevens could go on the road and pull off an upset tonight. Number 4 seed O'Gorman is at home against number 13 seed Rapid City Central. Number 5 seed Watertown, they are going to be dangerous. Number 12 seed Brookings is that matchup up in Watertown tonight. Number 2 seed, number 3 seed Sioux Falls Washington, they're at home against number 14 seed Huron. And the number 6 seed Sioux Falls Roosevelt hosts number 11 seed Sioux Falls Lincoln. So those are your matchups as we come into the Class AA SoDak 16. 8 matches tonight on the higher seeds home floor, and we'll see who advances to next weekend's state tournament. That is our matchup menu being brought to you by Beef Logic. as the Spartans are 12-4 at home this season. Meanwhile, Aberdeen Central is 6-5 on the road. We have your Dana Dennerhardt starting lineup and the first serve coming up in 2 minutes right here on KDSJ Sports.
You just got a quote from a company and are now being billed for not choosing them. Many contracts have what's referred to as a contingency agreement. These typically state that if you don't go with them, you, after insurance has approved the repair work, will be charged a percentage of the job they quoted. Ask up front if they charge to provide an estimate. Never sign anything that you haven't fully read or understand. If you have any questions, reach out to the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986.
Vehicles today are complicated and expensive. The professionals at Junix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram in Spearfish are here to guide you through everything automotive. From cars, trucks, and SUVs to parts and repairs, Junix takes the confusion out of automobile ownership. Enjoy the ride with Junix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. Family owned since 1931 on West Jackson in Spearfish.
Whether you've lived here for years or if you're new to town, everyone wants to know the best place to buy a pre-owned car, truck, and SUV, or where to go to have your current ride kept in shape. Brandon Kemp here from Superior Auto Solutions in Spearfish. Need new tires? We got them, all major brands. Your brakes squeaking, or do you just hear something that's not quite right? We can help. Or maybe you're looking to upgrade to something a little more suitable. Well, you came to the right place. Superior Auto Solutions on Colorado Boulevard in Spearfish, or find us online at superiorautost.com.
Welcome back to the Spearfish High School as we get ready for SoDak 16 on this Thursday night. Class AA, our Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles in town to take on the Spearfish Lady Spartans. I'm Cody Oliver along with Clayson Davis over at KDSJ-TV. And out there in the midst of the maroon, we have Paul James running the camera and taking care of our audio down by, we have a microphone literally by the net and also one in the midst of the student section down there. And let's have a look at our starting lineups tonight. Being brought to you by Dana Dental Arts in Spearfish. Let our family care for your family. Clayson Davis. Let's start with the visiting team, the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles.
Yeah, looking at the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles, they start like this. We have a Kennedy Osborne, a senior defensive specialist at 5'4". Number 4, Kennedy Withers, a junior, a right-sider at 5'6". Olivia Miller, she's going to be your quarterback. She's the setter, a sophomore at 5'7". The libero, wearing number 30 tonight, that is Taylin Kefman, a junior at 5'7". Amelia Reif, a junior, a middle hitter at 5'10". She's wearing number 16. Lauren Burkhardt, the war pony there, the outside hitter. She's a sophomore at 6'1". And then Carly Newman, she's another middle hitter at 5'10". She's a sophomore.
And now let's have a look at your starting lineups for the hometown Spearfish Spartans. This is how they'll start tonight, like they have for most of the season. Number 2, Brooklyn Yackley, the senior libero at 5'6". Then number 3, Adeline Bowman, the junior outside hitter and middle hitter at 5'6". She is leading the way for the Spartans, first in the team in kills, third in the team in aces. She's had 32 service aces on the season, and she's second on the team in blocks, fourth in serve receiving. And then also Callie Reiners. She has over 1,000 set assists in her career. She is a junior, and she is the setter at 5'7". Faith Hoffman is wearing number 8 tonight in the gray and black. A junior defensive specialist and a setter at 5'4". Don't let the 5'4" think that she can't jump. She can. Avery Kirk is going to be key tonight for the Spearfish Spartans. She's a senior outside hitter and middle hitter at 5'9". Number 25, that's Tabby Zanstra, a junior middle hitter at 5'10". Also getting the start is number 34, Addie Keller, a sophomore outside hitter. She'll start in the front row there. as just 2 seniors for Spearfish, 3 seniors on the roster for the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles, as the Spartans are under head coach Shelby Richards in her 3rd season as head coach for the Spartans, trying to get Spearfish back to state for the first time since 2015. That is your starting lineups being brought to you by Dana Dental Arts in Spearfish, as we're about ready to go here at the Spearfish High School gym. Just a little after 6 o'clock, and Aberdeen Central makes their substitution in. Our officials tonight are Tanya Nelson and Lori Durr. The line judges are Lori Hagan and Lori Atkins-Hayden. And let's go. Class AA, SoDak 16, Aberdeen Central with the first serve, and we are underway. As it comes over to the Spearfish side, they get it over in 3. Now here comes Aberdeen Central on the attack. Goes to the back row for Spearfish. Spearfish sets it up. Here's Keller on the attack. Hits the antenna. Goes out of bounds. And a point for Aberdeen Central. The Golden Eagles have traveled well tonight in the yellow and blue over there, getting the first point.
Yeah, if you think Aberdeen Central's not going to travel to Spearfish due to the long distance, they were in this spot last year with basketball, and they got to experience the maroon out, have a chance to get some revenge in volleyball here tonight.
Here is Aberdeen Central on the attack. They get the kill. There was a double block put up there in the middle by Spearfish, but it just went right through as they blocked it, but it came down on the Spearfish side. 2-0 early on, Aberdeen Central. Both teams probably getting the nerves a little bit out here, and probably I'd say the first 15-20 points of this first set, and then I think they'll probably settle in. But you can't get down early if you're Spearfish, as they do get it across in 3. Thank you, Brooklyn Yackley. Now here comes Aberdeen Central. Partially blocked at the net. Goes to the back row. Now Spearfish gets it over in 3. We'll see how the defense is here for Spearfish as it comes over there to Kirk. Setting it up. Here's the attack for Bowman. Over to Aberdeen Central. They dig it up. They tip it across. It's dug up by Spearfish. Back over to Aberdeen Central. Good volley going on here. Here's the attack by Aberdeen Central, and they get the point.
Yep, and they're just going to feed their main outside hitter and a number 20 Burkhardt, as again, she's had a few kills already, and it's all getting set up by the server that time, Kennedy Osborne. 23 aces on the season, and she's also a good defensive specialist in her own right.
Keller gets it across for Spearfish. It's returned by Aberdeen Central, but goes out of bounds. So a point here for Spearfish. So you could probably tell a little bit in the background who gets the points tonight, as Spearfish does have more crowd, but Aberdeen Central traveled pretty well, as Reiners will have the first serve for Spearfish. She gets it across over to Aberdeen Central. Almost an ace, but Aberdeen Central able to dig it up, then back over to the Spearfish side, and it falls down on the Spartan side. Point for Aberdeen Central as they lead it 4-1. Spearfish 4-6 against teams this year that are above 500. Aberdeen Central is, and Aberdeen Central 2-7 against teams that are above 500. And both of these teams pretty evenly matched. 8-9 matchup here. Aberdeen Central on their side of the net, which would be the right side. Spearfish on the left. Keller gets it across. Now comes to the front row for Aberdeen Central. This goes over deep into the net. Spearfish able to get it over. Here's the attack. Nice block by Keller, and it'll be a point for the Spearfish Spartans on the block from the far side of the front row there. Closer to the scorer's table is where Keller was to get that, and it's 4-2.
Yeah, Addie Keller, that was just her 19th block on the season, so not known as a blocker, but gets a big block there.
This one will fall down on the Spearfish side, inbounds, so a point here for the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles as they get the point there to take the lead now 5-2. Aberdeen Central will go back to serve, and serving it up will be number 14, Olivia Miller, the setter and the sophomore that we mentioned in the pregame show as part of our Laying the Foundation. Kirk gets it over for Spearfish. Here comes Aberdeen Central on the attack. It's dug up there by Yackley. Back into the middle of the floor. Avery Kirk hits it down but goes out of bounds. Too long to the back row. Point here for Aberdeen Central. And now they're going to say
Spearfish. It goes off at the tip. But I didn't see a tip personally. But I guess one of the blockers there for Aberdeen Central got caught with the hand. And little things like that could swing the momentum of the game.
This serve goes out of bounds. Again, we're at the Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine broadcast booth. We are literally up in the rafters here at the Spearfish High School gym, all the way in the second deck and backs against the wall. Can't get any further away, but we do have that bird's eye view looking down, but of course the officials and along the court have the final say. This one will be hit by Spearfish. Looked like it was maybe tipped by an Aberdeen Central Golden Eagle, and it was. So a point here for Spearfish as they try to get back into it. The first set, best of 5, 6-4 in favor of Aberdeen Central.
Yeah, now you see one of the better servers for Spearfish serving in Faith Hoffman, 96% serve rate, which leads the team.
Over to Aberdeen Central. Here's the attack as they get it across. Yankley with the dig. They serve it up for Kirk. Kirk gets it across. Then Aberdeen Central with a two-timer right back. Aberdeen Central back on the middle attack there, trying to get the block, but they couldn't. Now they try to go with the attack. This will be a point for the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles. Getting the kill there is number 4, Kennedy Withers.
Yeah, Kennedy Withers, she's third on the team in kills, and also a good defender in her own right, third in the team in digs. As, again, she's kind of one of the mini Robins to Burkhard's Batman, as that serve goes out of bounds for Aberdeen Central.
I didn't think I would hear that tonight, so I'm going to mark that down. Thanks, Clayson.
You're welcome.
7-5, Golden Eagles leading the Spearfish Spartans here in set number 1. Here's Avery Kirk back to serve for Spearfish as she awaits the whistle. There we hear it in the back row. And it'll be a serve into the net as she went to the back row to serve and then just didn't have enough oomph on it. And it's back to Aberdeen Central to serve now. Serving duties going to Kennedy Withers. Here is the attack by Spearfish Bowman. It's dug up by Aberdeen Central, and then the return hit by Callie Reiners goes out of bounds. So now up to a 4-point lead for Aberdeen Central here on the road against the Spearfish Spartans. And the yellow and blue of Aberdeen Central on the road with the white numbers. They're on the right-hand side of the net, if you're looking down here from our view. Goes off part of the rafters. Now it's over to Aberdeen Central, and they did this one long, out of bounds. This is the only volleyball game going on West River tonight, and we have it for you right here on KDSJ Sports from the Black Hills and Spearfish High School Gym. The 8-9 matchup with the Spartans, the number 8 seed, being able to host tonight, and it's 9-6 game right now in favor of Aberdeen Central as they await a official timeout here as the officials come over to the stand. Let's talk about the officials for this matchup tonight. The game officials are Tanya Nelson and Lori Durr. And also the line judges are Laura Hagen and Lori Adkins Hayden, a longtime official. So we have Tanya, Lori, Laura, and Lori.
Yeah, that last call, they said it was, I guess, a retry. I don't know what exactly was the term, unless they thought that Aberdeen Central thought there was a tip and the refs wanted to agree or disagree. I don't know what the deal was, but they took the point away from Spearfish, and they will now retry that point.
Let's try to get that point back. Again, our game officials being brought to you by the South Dakota Attorney General's Office, Division of Consumer Protection. Comes to the front row for Spearfish. They're trying to set it up here to get it over, and they do in 3. There's the block at the net, and that could be a 50-50 ball, and they're going to say a point for the Spearfish Spartans. Adeline Bowman trying to get up there for the block, and it helped Spearfish to get the point now, 9-6.
Yep, now you see the best server for Spearfish in Tabby Zanstra as leads the team in aces, and that's the 4th serving error on Spearfish to start this game, and that's netted them 4 points.
And Aberdeen Central makes the substitution. Spearfish, they don't sub much, as the 6 or 7 girls that are out there, not much coming in or out, but they got plenty of bench support tonight to help them out and cheering them on. This point will go to Aberdeen Central as it goes out of bounds, and it's now 11-6 in favor of the Golden Eagles here in set 1.
And right now, Aberdeen Central is just simply weathering the storm with this huge crowd here against them, and also just putting up a block and making Spearfish hit long and out of bounds like what they just did there.
That one's hit out of bounds, so another point for Aberdeen Central as they doubled up Spearfish in the first set, 12-6. Aberdeen Central coming in with 12 wins on the season, Spearfish with 23. But Spearfish just getting the number 8 seed to host tonight. There's a hitting error by Keller and a timeout on the floor called by head coach Shelby Budmeyer Richards. The Belle-Fourche native was an assistant coach here for the Spearfish Spartans over the past several years before she was head coach, and now in year 3 as head coach. Timeout on the floor. We'll be back in 30 seconds here on KDSJ Sports.
For the weather, Wolf's Plumbing and Heating keeps you in the comfort zone with expert heating and air conditioning repair or replacement from American Standard Mitsubishi. For over 70 years, Wolf's Plumbing and Heating has delivered quality service to the Northern Hills and Northeast Wyoming. When you need timely, expert service for heating, cooling, or plumbing, call 605-642-5755 or search Wolf's Plumbing and Heating and stay in the comfort zone.
I'm Cody Oliver along with Clayson Davis and the crew here with KDSJ Sports at the Spearfish High School gym. As a timeout called there by the Spearfish Spartans, you get 2 timeouts per set. Aberdeen Central will serve it up, leading 13-6. As they get it across, Spearfish on the serve receive. Now back to Aberdeen Central, and they get it over with 2 hands. Nice job of just keeping the hands flat as she got it over. And now it's 14-6 in favor of Aberdeen Central. Talked about shaking off the jitters. Well, by the 15-20 point mark, you better have them out. And right now, Spearfish is in an 8-point deficit here in set number 1 as Aberdeen Central is getting settled in. Over to Aberdeen Central on the right-hand side of the net. Here's the attack, and that is a point for Aberdeen Central with authority.
Yep, and there is Burkhardt right there on cue. She's set up in her sweet spot in the rotation. She just seems to float through the air. She had time to jump, then cock her arm back and just nailed it on a line straight down to the ground.
Here's Spearfish as they get it over. They get back defensively. And here's the attack by Bowman. And this one be down for a point for the Spearfish Lady Spartans. Trying to dive for it was Aberdeen Central, but could not dig it up. And that sends Callie Reiners back to serve for Spearfish.
Yep, that was Addie Bowman who leads the team in kills. That was her 262nd kill of the year as she leads the team. If she can get going, that could provide the spark for Aberdeen Central that they need, for Spearfish that they need.
Spearfish hasn't made the state tournament since 2015. That's when they were in Class A, and they finished 3rd that year. This is the first time Spearfish has ever hosted a volleyball SoDak 16. They've been close. Back in 2017, they were a number 9 seed. Here they are number 8 seed. As they try to get it over, and it goes into the net. A point here for Aberdeen Central, so it's now 17-7, a 10-point advantage, and a timeout called as Coach Richards will call her 2nd timeout of the set and her 2nd and final. Let's talk a little bit more about the Spearfish Lady Spartans and the stats as we run down through things. Avery Kirk, she is one of the 2 seniors, an outside hitter and a middle blocker. She's 2nd on the team in kills. She has 17 aces on the season. And another girl that I think will be big tonight will be Brooklyn Yackley, the other senior. Your seniors have to step up here in the playoffs. She's the libero at 5'6", about an 85% server with 498 digs. That leads the team defensively.
Yeah, like I said, the seniors definitely have to show up strong, and it just seems right now that Aberdeen Central, they're the ones that seem to be calm and collected, even with this ginormous crowd here on deck. Spearfish, they seem a little rattled. I mean, they had, at the start, 4 serving errors that spotted Aberdeen Central 4 of the 17 points, and again, they start trailing by 7. They haven't passed the ball well. They haven't received the serve well, which are 2 very critical things that have gotten Spearfish in trouble earlier this season. They're not doing them right now.
Aberdeen Central with the serve, and they serve up an ace. These 2 teams met in the regular season here in Spearfish back on September 13th, where Aberdeen Central won the first set, and then after that there was a bomb threat here in the school, and after all the searching, they started the match the next morning, and Spearfish ended up winning the next 3. So, let's see how this one plays out as Spearfish is down by 11, 18-7. And this one is hit down and inbounds right down the line. Spearfish not covering that part of the court. Point for the Golden Eagles.
And of course, that's Burkhardt again. She just found her spot straight down the line. Spearfish, they're not adjusting to it, Burkhardt that fast. And she's just hitting it anywhere she wants to right now.
Here comes Aberdeen Central on the attack. This one gets hit out of bounds over there by the Spearfish bench. So Spearfish will get the serve back, down 19-8. And back to serve will be Adeline Bowman, the junior outside hitter and middle hitter at 5'6". She serves it up. It's a low serve, but just gets over the net. Here's the attack by Aberdeen Central, and Spearfish unable to return, as that was a solid hit by Aberdeen Central. Bowman almost hit her in the neck. All she could do is put her hands up, and it's now 20-8.
Yeah, that's one of the few times that Spearfish has actually been able to adjust the Burkhardt. They just weren't able to dig up the kill.
Here's the attack by Kirk. Good dig up there by Aberdeen Central. Back over to Yackley. Yackley back on her heels. Now it comes over to Spearfish as they try to get it down. It's dug up by Aberdeen Central. They're good defensively, and they get a point out of it as they tap it over the net. A point for Aberdeen Central to make it 21-8. And other than Aberdeen Central cheering in the background, it's pretty quiet, Spartan fans, as the Spartans find themselves down by 13.
Now they just haven't had anything to cheer for, because it seems like everything right now for Spearfish has been a challenge.
Even on offense, they can't get it over the net in 3. Coach Richards can't call any more timeouts as she's used 2 already. So now it's time to go to the bench as Tabby Zanstra comes into the game for Spearfish, usually a starter for the Spartans. She replaces Yackley, the libero.
And now Zanstra will head out and enter Maya Durdal, a defensive specialist, junior at 5'5". She's got action late in the year, and maybe she can provide a spark defensively. Nope.
That is an ace by Aberdeen Central as it came right in between 2 Spearfish Spartans, and miscommunication there by Spearfish as it's 23-8. Aberdeen Central in control as they thought about this matchup all day, traveling out here to the Black Hills. Now Spearfish has it. Callie Reiners over to Kirk. Kirk has it blocked at the net. Aberdeen Central keeps it alive, and they get it across. Here's the attack by Kirk in the middle. Goes over to Aberdeen Central. The Golden Eagles get it over in 3, and how do they get it over? It hits off the top of the net and falls right down on the Spearfish side. When it's going your way, it's going your way, and that time the ball bounced for the Eagles.
Yeah, sometimes when it rains, it pours for Spearfish. You're in position. Even when you are in position, it still happens to find the floor. It's now a set point.
Aberdeen Central gets it across. Here's the attack, and it is a point for Spearfish. They needed that one. Getting the point for the Lady Spartans was...
That was Lily Sadowski. She came in for Addie Keller. And now Sadowski getting some time. Mainly has been a role player, has been on the bench for most of the year. She's getting her opportunity now. Let's see if Sadowski can take advantage of it. 5'11" junior. See if she can provide some height and be able to really provide a spark for the Spearfish Spartans. Now she will actually exit the game in favor of Addie Keller.
So Sadowski goes out, and Addie Keller comes in, hands the volleyball off to Brooklyn Yackley. A lot of people in and out of the game on that rotation. And now we have Yackley in the middle of the floor, ready to serve. The jump serve gets across the net, goes over to the right-hand side. Here comes the blue and yellow of Aberdeen Central. They get the kill. They get the first set, 25-9.
Yep, and it was just, Spearfish was right there in position. They had a chance to get the dig. It just simply, I don't know if it's nerves or what really started that first set, but just right now everything has been difficult for Spearfish to do whenever it comes to serve receiving, when it's become just as simply passing, and Aberdeen Central knows that. Aberdeen Central came to Spearfish ready to play.
From the broadcast booth of Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, we'll take a 1-minute timeout and come back with more action of the Class AA SoDak 16.
Quality food at a fair price. That's what you expect, and that's what you'll get at the Millstone Family Restaurant in Spearfish. Perfect for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or to grab a bite to eat before or after the game. Choose from daily specials, and a trip to the fresh soup and salad bar is always a hit. Plus, the Millstone can accommodate larger groups, like buses or your next meeting in their private party room. So, if it's just you and a friend or the whole team, get a great meal at a great price. The Millstone Family Restaurant in Spearfish.
American Colloid, a minerals technologies company, is not only part of the community we live in, they are the community. Bentonite clay, mined right here in our own backyard near Belle Fourche in Colony, Wyoming, provides a contributing factor to this area's economic success. This unique product has a huge range of uses, from the main component in cat litter to health and beauty products, pharmaceuticals, and more. It's all produced right here in all of our community. American Colloid Company, working together, winning together.
Welcome back to the Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine broadcast booth. I'm Cody Oliver along with Clayson Davis and Paul James as we have behind-the-scenes workers tonight through KDSJ-TV and
were
KDSJ
behind
Radio.
the scenes. Now we're not behind the scenes.
Oh, hi.
Thanks, Paul.
So let's talk a little bit more about Aberdeen Central. Clayson Davis did the scouting report on the Golden Eagles here over the last couple days. They come in as the number 9 seed for this Class AA matchup, but as we saw in set 1, they have some experience and some talent over there.
Yeah, they have experience, and they also have some young talent that has experience. I know that's kind of doesn't make much sense, but you got sophomore, junior, sophomore, just one senior in the starting lineup, and really just 1, 2, 3 seniors on this year's roster. But these girls have played a lot of volleyball and a lot of close, tough matches.
And they probably came in with wanting to get a little bit of payback for their girls basketball team, losing here back in March to make it to the state tournament. Now Spearfish again hosting Aberdeen Central in volleyball. And Spearfish will start the second set with the serve as the first set went to Aberdeen Central 25-9. As we turn the page, here we go, set 2. Over to Aberdeen Central. There's the set, here's the attack. It's partially blocked this time by Spearfish. We'll see what adjustments they make as this second set goes along. Here's Yackley. Yackley with the set. Gonna get it over to Spearfish. They get it over the net, over to Aberdeen Central. Little tap, and that got Spearfish off balance. And getting the kill there for the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles, Lauren Burkhardt, one of the standout sophomores, outside hitter at 6'1". She was on the near side front row and able to take care of things, get the first point here for the Golden Eagles. And now Spearfish sends it over. Back over to the Golden Eagles. Yackley digs it up. Now it's Reiners with the set. Here is Keller. She gets it across. Partially blocked by the Golden Eagles. Eagles attack. Back over to Spearfish. Spartans. Bowman now deep into that. Here's Yackley. Goes over. Keller will tap it over it as it hits the top of the net. Now to the back row. From the 10-foot line, they go over to Aberdeen Central. They get it over. And now here's the attack by Spearfish. Again, Faith Hoffman, not that big, but she's able to jump. And hopefully she can get a block up there. And the back row helps her out. And Spearfish will get a point.
Yep, a long rally right there. And a tip from Addie Bowman. Able to really get a point, much needed point for Spearfish, as they only scored 9 in the first set, and that long rally could spark something in the Spearfish offense.
And here comes Aberdeen Central on the serve receive. They're able to get it over. Here's Yackley. Deep into the net. Spearfish able to get it across there by Faith Hoffman. Now here comes Aberdeen Central. They set up the block there in front of Burkhardt. They're going to have to continue to do that all night long. Now here's Reiners. Here's the deep attack by Bowman over to Aberdeen Central. It hits the top of the net and right back at you. And that'll be a point for Spearfish.
Yeah, Spearfish, they're showing a lot more fight this set. I think they're able to just settle down, recollect themselves, because Aberdeen Central came out ready to play, and Spearfish almost seemed like the big crowd caught them off guard. And now let's see Spearfish can take advantage of it.
So this one goes out of bounds on the back line there. So it's 2-2. Spearfish Gym, you have 2 levels, I guess you would say. Down there on the main level, opposite side of us, you have the Spearfish bench on the left side. Aberdeen Central is on the right side. Aberdeen Central fans right behind their bench. Spearfish, some volleyball players right behind their bench for the sub-varsity team. Here is Bowman with the attack. Aberdeen Central able to send it back. Here's Burkhardt. That is hit too long. It's a point for Spearfish. And then here on our side, it's the maroon out. We got the student section down to the right on the first level. Parents, grandparents, all down on the first level. And then we're surrounded by middle schoolers. God bless us. This one is hit by the Spearfish Spartans, serving it into the net. And we had the band here earlier tonight, Spearfish High School Pep Band. So of all corners of the gym, filling things up tonight. And we're tied up at 3 in set number 2. Here is the serve by Burkhardt. Goes over to Spearfish's side. Now Bowman sends it blind side up over her shoulder. Back over to Reiners, and I think she'll get called for the lift. Or maybe somebody went underneath the net.
They'll get Callie Reiners in the net that time. So now you start to see some more unforced errors for Spearfish. Really start to slowly creep into the game with serving errors, and then just something as simple as getting too close to the net, spotting Aberdeen Central some points.
Here's Reiners. Reiners sets it up, and this one is hit inbounds towards the back row. Spearfish Spartan getting the kill is Tabby Zanstra.
Yep, that's a much-needed kill for Tabby Zanstra. 4th on the team in kills, but also leads the team in kill percentage. She's over 36% on the year. So if they can get her going from the middle, it really starts to diversify the Spearfish attack.
Here's the attack. How about that block by the Spearfish Spartans? Number 11, number 25, Avery Kirk teaming up with Tabby Zanstra, setting up that block.
Yeah, you got Zanstra, who leads the team in blocks, and Avery Kirk, who's pretty much top 3 in every single statistical category. They're combining on the block, a big block, and that gets the crowd involved too.
Now by the serve of Faith Hoffman, Aberdeen Central returns it. Yackley from her knees, able to get it dug up. Spearfish, just a free ball over the net. Here comes Aberdeen Central with the spike and the kill. Point there for the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles, and I believe Camden Borg.
Yep, Borg into the game now, just a freshman. Again, one of the many talented underclassmen that the Golden Eagles have. And Borg, again, getting the kill as she's second in the team in kills, has a almost 30% kill rate, and serves at a 93% clip. As now Spearfish having trouble again with the serve receive, as that's going to be a point for the Golden Eagles.
Aberdeen Central ready to serve. They get it across over to Spearfish. Here's Reiner setting it up across the court to Avery Kirk. And this one will be credited with a block for Aberdeen Central. So back-to-back points for the Golden Eagles. Here comes the block party, and it's 7-5 in favor of Aberdeen Central.
Yeah, now Aberdeen Central starting to establish their block. Spearfish, they had a chance to recover, but just a miscommunication on who was going to recover after the block. And the Reiners dump does its job again. She's done that quite a few times this season.
Spearfish keys to the game, as Coach Reiners, or Coach Budmeyer was talking about it in the pregame show. Pass, serve, receive, and stay calm. Next ball mentality, as she's talked about throughout the season. Aberdeen Central does not get it over in 3.
Now you see Aberdeen Central, they're starting to get a little sloppy on offense, miscommunication, and that's what the little thing that we like to call momentum can do to you.
Here is the serve by Avery Kirk. 7-7 tie. Aberdeen Central goes down the line. It is inbounds on the far side of the floor. One of the line judges had a good view there and able to make the call in. Point for Aberdeen Central. Again, with those Spearfish keys, the passing goes along with Reiners as the main setter. Has, I think, 1,500 set assists in her career as a junior. She tries to set one up here, and it's blocked by Aberdeen Central. Now the Golden Eagles have it on their side. They attack it over. Kirk with the dig. Now Reiners over to Bowman, and Aberdeen Central digs it up. Here is another hit, partially blocked by Spearfish at the net. Reiners over to Bowman, and Bowman has it slip off of her hand and into the net.
Yeah, I think Bowman that time just kind of overthought her shot. She was really starting to wind up for it, then wanted to switch to a tip, and I think she was just caught in mid-motion. It bounces off of her hand weird, and that'll go for an attacking error.
Over to Aberdeen's side as they try to hit it to the middle of the floor. Now over to Bowman, blocked right away by Aberdeen Central. They're good on the net over there on the far side. This one hits the net and drops down as Aberdeen Central out to a 3-point lead now, 10-7 as they go back to serve. Another one of those keys for Spearfish is the serve receive, and I think Brooklyn Yackley will be key on that as the match goes on. Point for Spearfish as Aberdeen Central dug it up, but then nobody home for the set.
Yeah, that was just a tough kill that time. As Addie Bowman, again, she's been the leader on the offensive side early in the game so far for Spearfish, able to hit it toward the Golden Eagle, and like you said, Cody just not able to get it dug back up.
Serving for Spearfish is Zanstra. Down by 2. Stay calm. Next ball mentality. And it's Keller with the kill. A key girl, I think, on the staying calm and your mentality has to be a senior, Avery Kirk, for the Spearfish Lady Spartans, as Zanstra has it. Back to serve, takes a couple dribbles, and now serves it up. And over to Aberdeen Central with the attack, and it's a kill for Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles as they keep that lead at 2 now, 11-9.
Yep, that was Borg again, the freshman. As the first set, it was the Burkhardt show. Now you see the outside hitter, Camden Borg. Again, a 29.2% kill rate, but second in the team in kills with just 140, now 150 on the year. And see if they can get going. If Aberdeen Central can get these different outside hitters going, as right there, we go back to Burkhardt with another kill. As you see the outside hitters, once they get rolling for Aberdeen Central, it can be very hard to stop.
As we say thanks to some of our sponsors tonight, including Jake's Collision Repair, Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, thanks to Beef Logic and the South Dakota Beef Industry Council and Heiserling Concrete. Spearfish has it on their side. It's going to be brought over by Kirk, who has been kind of quiet tonight. And here is the attack by Bowman. No return on that one. Point for the Spearfish Lady Spartans.
And you're starting to see who's able to kind of get into a hot streak here in Spearfish, and that's Addie Bowman, who leads the team in kills. She's slowly starting to find her rhythm. Expect to see Spearfish set more balls her way.
Callie Reiners with the serve. Now back to Aberdeen Central. It's dug up by Kirk. Now here's Reiners with a set in the middle of the floor. Bowman sends it across. Here comes Aberdeen Central. Golden Eagles tap it over, but it's out of bounds. Point for the Lady Spartans.
Yep, Burkhardt, she has been trying that short corner right here by the net, as that's her sweet spot. She'll either hit it down the line or she'll just tip it right over the block. That time thought she had an open spot right there in front of the net, just hits it too far out of bounds.
Here comes Aberdeen Central on the attack. Nobody home to return that one as it comes off of the hand of Addie Reiners. And that is like one being hit down the hot corner of third base. 13-11. The Golden Eagles up by 2. Paul James would like my baseball reference there over on camera number 4. Here is the return by the Spearfish Spartans. Here's the attack by Bowman. And the hit over by Burkhardt. Now here's Keller, blocked at the net. Keller trying to find a teammate, but I think she's going to get called for the lift.
Yep, they're going to say she hit the ball cleanly. And again, you start to slowly see these unforced errors for Spearfish. They haven't committed as many this second set, but they just haven't gone away yet. And two teams that are so evenly matched like these two, every point matters.
Consistency has been with Aberdeen Central through a set and a half so far. Here's Burkhardt. It's dug up by Kirk. And it's hit across by Keller. Now here's the set. Goes back to Burkhardt. It's dug up by Yackley. Here's Reiners with the set. Who's going to send it home? That would be Addie Bowman. Point, Spartans.
Yep, they get Addie Bowman now, this time running from the middle hitter position. She's an outside hitter and a middle hitter. Really interesting to see someone only 5'7" be your middle hitter, but athletic as Bowman has been, and she has a cannon as an arm, as she's able to now get an ace. I thought that was going to be another service error, but it just clips the top of the net. And yeah, now it's just a 1-point ball game. Addie Bowman, again, Avery Kirk, Addie Bowman, both top 3 in the team in serving. And see if Bowman can get some points from the service line.
Here's Burkhardt, and this one goes over to Spearfish, but it's blocked. Point here for the Spartans. That's 3 straight. We're tied up at 14s. And give credit to our server right now, Addie Bowman. She has that serve that kind of has a spin on it as it goes over the net. and keeping Aberdeen Central off guard. To the back row, Aberdeen Central has it. Now to the front row, near side. This one is hit out of bounds. Spartans take their first lead of the second set.
And I expect to see a timeout here from Aberdeen Central. Yep, we will get a timeout from head coach Bendenagel. I believe is how you pronounce her last name. Jackie Bendenagel.
I hear a question mark at the end. These two teams played earlier this season, back in September. Spearfish took lost the first set, but then they won the next three. So we'll see if it's deja vu tonight here in November, when it counts, here in the SoDak 16 for Class AA. And let's take a 30-second break. We'll be back here on KDSJ Sports.
Sand and Gravel of Spearfish supports community and school athletics. Plus, they support community development with services in and around the Black Hills. Fisher is an aggregate company headquartered in Spearfish with 2 local commercial quarries in Beulah and Newcastle, Wyoming. They sell all sizes of aggregates for commercial and individual projects, from a pickup load to thousands of ton. Whatever you need, Fisher Sand and Gravel, proud supporter of all community, college, and high school athletics. Good luck to all teams and athletes competing in today.
Coach Jackie and her Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles call a timeout there. First timeout called by either team here in this second set, as Spearfish leads at 15-14. And now we will have Spearfish continuing to serve. They've had 4 straight points. Back to Aberdeen Central as the Golden Eagles serve receive. And they hit it into the net. A rare error by Burkhardt. So Spearfish now with a 2-point lead, 16-14. We'll see if they can continue to ride this momentum.
Yeah, again, Bowman there from the service line. She's providing a spark with hitting and also from the serving line, making the passing game super hard for Aberdeen Central.
Here's a dig by Yackley, giving it all. And then Spearfish unable to get it over the net, but Brooklyn and Yackley used her old body to slide on the floor for that one. Now one of the line judges will come over and talk with one of the Spearfish Spartans, and now they're going to fix the net a little bit. That is one of the line judges, Lori Atkins Hayden, will look at the net and put it back on the Velcro. And now Keller, since she is taller than the official, will make sure that the antenna is back in where it should be.
2 things that I learned in my life: become best friends with a cop, become best friends with a ref. You never know when either situation will come and help you.
And a good lawyer. And this one is hit out of bounds by the Spearfish Spartans, but it was partially blocked by Aberdeen Central, so they're going to give the point to the Spartans. And now they've outscored Aberdeen Central. They're on a 6-1 run here in this second period. Here is Yackley. She gets it over. Aberdeen Central with the attack as Burkhardt finds a different spot on the floor. Now comes over to Avery Kirk. Front row, here comes Aberdeen Central. Just with the tip, Spearfish gets it. No, she was underneath when she tried to get it over, so a point for Aberdeen Central. And back to serve again for the Golden Eagles will be Lauren Burkhardt.
Yeah, Burkhardt, who leads, has actually, I believe, third in the team in aces with a 93.8% serve rate. And again, just serve receive has been something that has been the Achilles heel for Spearfish really this entire game and the whole season. When they're able to receive the serve, they're able to get their offense in motion, able to pass the ball well. And they're having a hard time trying to dig up the serve. It makes everything harder like it was in the first set.
Spearfish with it on their side, the left-hand side of the net, and they get a point. Avery Kirk with the point there for the Spartans. At one time this season, Spearfish had won 19 matches in a row. They did lose here at home to Watertown during the East-West Classic on that Friday night. That snapped the 19-match winning streak. And then since then, the last couple weeks, Spearfish has kind of been up and down as they finished 23-9 on the season. One Class A loss on the season, that was to the Hill City Rangers. And this one would go into the net, and a point for the Spearfish Lady Spartans as they have the advantage now in set number 2 by the score of 19-17.
Yep, now you see the Spearfish block getting action now. See if Spearfish, they've really settled down into this game.
When these two teams met earlier this season, there was a couple of sets that went extra. We got to win by 2 in this battle to 25. Aberdeen Central on their side of the net. They hit it into the block, but it falls down on the Spearfish side. Point for the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles.
Yeah, Spearfish, they don't have a lot of height on the team, as I believe the two tallest girls for the Lady Spartans, that's Zanstra and also Lily Sadowski that we saw earlier in the game, as just 5'10". Aberdeen Central has more consistent height, especially at 6'1" with Burkhardt, so they're able to put up an easier block and don't have to try as hard compared to Spearfish. As you see right there, Zanstra and Reiners couldn't get the block to go. As that time Aberdeen Central splits the block, and now we're tied back up again at 19. As we have a back to serve. That is Aberdeen Central hitting it out of bounds. That is Abigail DeVires, a senior, one of the 3 seniors, outside hitter at 5'8", hits it out of bounds. So now Spearfish back to serve. That's Avery Kirk, the senior.
Here is Kirk on the serve from the middle of the floor. The libero sets up here for Aberdeen Central. Now it is on Spearfish's side. They get it over in 3. Aberdeen Central with the attack. They just tap it over, and that's going to be a point for the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles as Reif, the junior middle hitter, gets the point.
And now you see Aberdeen Central, they've been hitting through these blocks with such authority, and Spearfish not being able to get the block. Spearfish really starting to pony up to try to get a block there at the net, and that leaves the tip wide open.
2 girls for Spearfish try to go for it. Nobody called it, and I think they're going to get hit by the error there. So a point for Aberdeen Central as they take the lead now, 21-20. Over to Spearfish side, and another error, back-to-back errors for the Spearfish Spartans. Head coach Shelby Budmeyer Richards will call a timeout to calm down her girls as they trail by 2 in set 2. We'll be back in 30 seconds for more. The SoDak 16 on KDSJ Sports.
For over 10 years, Allied Construction has been a trusted name in the Black Hills, providing top-quality construction services to our local community. We take pride in being a local business with deep roots in the area. With an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau, you can trust us to deliver exceptional results on every project. Our team is dedicated to providing personalized service, ensuring your project gets the attention and expertise it deserves.
Check out their website today. Click alliedconstruction.com or find them on Facebook. It's not.
Welcome back here to the Spearfish High School gym. Timeout called by Spearfish to reset the squad as they're down by 2 here in this second set. 22-20. Aberdeen Central sends it over. Communication is going to be key here for Spearfish. Aberdeen Central plays it off the speaker, and then it falls down on their side. And again, you have a lot of things up there in the rafters, from some vents, HVAC systems, you have basketball hoops, speakers, you play it off of it all.
And Spearfish has one of the taller roofs here in the gym, so normally not a lot of things go up into the ceiling, but that time Bowman just hit it hard enough that it sent it clear to the moon.
And that served by Zanstra. Aberdeen Central gets it over in 3. Now here comes Spearfish on the attack for the middle. That's Bowman. It's dug up there by Aberdeen Central, then sent back over. Spearfish, the gray and maroon tonight with the black tights. Point for the Spearfish Spartans.
Yep, there is Addie Keller there from the outside, as she's also trying to provide a spark for Spearfish. Hits that one hard and gets it out of bounds, and now we're tied up again at 22.
Deep into the net. It's a 50-50 ball. Spearfish has it blocked, and now we're going to have a violation on Spearfish, so a point for the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles.
As a hometown crowd, not a fan of that one, as they thought Bowman fielded it cleanly, but they did not agree. The officials did not.
23-22, advantage Aberdeen Central. As the battle to 25 here in the second set Aberdeen Central took the first set 25-9. They wait for the whistle. Now we play on as Aberdeen Central serves it up. Deep into the net. Spearfish able to go up and get it. That was Callie Reiners jumping up straight up to bring that down on the other side. Point for the Spartans as we're tied at 23.
And that was Reiners going up against the 6'1" Burkhardt, and the setter beats the outside hitter at the net.
Aberdeen Central with it. They get it over. All of the girls wearing long sleeve shirts, dug up by Aberdeen Central. Now they try to get it over. That's Burkhardt. Over to Spearfish, and they run into each other over by the bench. They still are able to get it over. Here comes Aberdeen Central with the tap over. It's dug up by Spearfish. Here's Keller, gets it up over. Now Aberdeen Central on the volley, on the attack. It's out of bounds.
I bet you could probably hear the hometown crowd as a fan of the call. That's going to call a timeout for Aberdeen Central. As again, that rally, Addie Keller and Brooklyn and Yackley going clear back into the stands.
Yes.
Really into the bench, about ran over half of the team, and it still kept it open, and that made Aberdeen Central head out of bounds. We got set point for Spearfish. Again, after dropping set one 25-9, the Spartans, they came out of this set really starting to get fired up and getting the hometown crowd really involved.
And check that out on the replay on KDSJ-TV. Two Lady Spartans literally going into the bench to keep that ball alive, and they were able to send it across to Aberdeen Central. The Golden Eagles were unable to bring it back, and Spearfish now up at 24-23, and that brings everybody up to their feet here at the Spearfish High School gym. And both teams coming out of their huddles. Aberdeen Central awaits Spearfish. Now the Spartans break their huddle.
All I can say is thank goodness Paul James is here with everyone on their feet. Our main camera here at KDSJ-TV can't see anything. Paul, you got the show. Here's set point for the Spartans.
Here's Reiners. She gets it over to Aberdeen Central. Aberdeen Central on the return. This one is hit out of bounds.
But it'll go off the tip. Yep, it'll be off the tip. So now we're tied up at 24. We're going to go to extra points.
Just touched there by a Spearfish Lady Spartan and make it 24 all. On the serve here for Aberdeen Central is their libero. Spearfish stay calm, next ball mentality. Over to Aberdeen Central. They're setting it up in the middle of the floor, blocked by Spearfish. They're able to get it back. Here's Kirk, now to Keller. It's partially blocked at the net. Aberdeen Central gonna go with Burkhardt. It's dug up. 50-50 ball at the net.
They're going to give it to Spearfish as that time Burkhardt hits it off the block and it rolls out of bounds. Spearfish back with set point number 2.
That was a ball that was coming down right on top of the net, a 50-50 for either team, and the official with the call there to give it to Spearfish 25-24. This gives Reiners a little extra time to go to, Bowman to go to the back row to serve. Bowman hits it over. Here's the serve received by Aberdeen Central. Goes to Burkhardt. Back row Spearfish. Here's the set by Reiners. Goes to Keller on the attack. Goes out of bounds. Point for the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles to tie things up at 25. A close call there on the near corner.
Yeah, that just snuck out of the corner. There was an open spot right there, but now we're tied up again at 25.
Over to Spearfish. Now, here is Kirk. Kirk hits this one out of bounds. Too deep. Now 26-25.
Match point number 1 for Aberdeen Central now. Spearfish, they're going to have to rally. They survived 2 set points for themselves. Now they're going to have to rally up here.
Spearfish on the serve receive, goes to Kirk. Kirk hits it over. It's dug up by Aberdeen Central. Now over to the Spearfish side, a little bit on their heels. Here's Kirk, gets it over. Aberdeen Central gonna go with Burkhardt. It's dug up by Spearfish. Back over to Aberdeen Central. The Golden Eagles will see if they can fly to a set 2 win. This one is hit inbounds. Point for the Golden Eagles.
As that was a tough call. As that went across the court, Spearfish not able to get a good judge on it. And it looked like, Spearfish letting that one go, and now they will fall behind 2-0. They're going to have to really rally the troops to prevent from getting swept.
We have your set number 3 coming up for the SoDak 16 Class AA and a ticket to be punched to next weekend's state tournament. We're back with more on KDSJ Sports.
But 2 great locations in Spearfish to gas up and get what you need on the go. Exit 8 and Exit 14 Speedy Marts offer everything you need so you can get in and get out and get back on the road. Find your favorite snacks and a cold drink, or maybe something fresh from the kitchen or in the cold case. It's all homemade right here. And Exit 8 and Exit 14 offers top-tier fuels from Phillips 66, so you get the most from your transportation. Exit 8 and 14 Speedy Marts in Spearfish. Right off the road, right on the money.
Do-it-yourself made easy with help from Proline Equipment Rentals in Belfouche. Whether you're a full-fledged contractor or just taking care of some jobs around your home, Proline has the equipment you need. Lifts for any job, like scissor lifts, boom lifts, and man lifts. Skid steers, trenchers, backhoes, and more. Step inside to find smaller tools for do-it-yourself projects like concrete work, painting, sewer repair, and more. Call 723-7677, click ProlineEquipmentRentals.com, or stop by off North Highway 85 in Belfouche today.
And welcome back to the Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine broadcast booth. It's time now for our Junix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram scoreboard update as we send it over to KDSJ-TV's Clayson Davis.
Yeah, taking a look at the Junix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram scoreboard. O'Gorman will head to Sioux Falls. Well, actually, they live in Sioux Falls, but they'll go to the state tournament after beating Rapid City Central 3-0. Harrisburg over Douglas, as everyone in the entire world, the next girlfriend thought it was going to happen, 3-0. Brandon Valley, they took care of Rapid City Stevens, and what we thought here at KDSJ would be another good game. 3-1. Sioux Falls Roosevelt beat Sioux Falls Lincoln 3-0. Jefferson over Pierre 3-0. Washington over Huron 3-0. And Brookings currently down 2-0 over Watertown there in set 3. Also, we might check, we got football going on right now as a 9AA championship going on right now for high school football. Number 2 seed Hamlin, they are currently beating number 1 seed Parkston 15-8 midway through the second quarter there at the Dakota Dome in Vermilion.
Parkston, your defending state champions in that division. It's the second of 2 games today down at the Dakota Dome. They'll have a triple header tomorrow and then 2 championship games on Saturday as part of the state high school football championships. We're back here for the Spearfish Aberdeen Central high school volleyball matchup. Aberdeen Central taking the first 2 sets, 25-9 and 27-25, as we get ready for set number 3. And say thanks to Granite Automotive. Also thanks to Fisher Sand and Gravel and Pillin Optical. Aberdeen Central to serve it up. Here's Spearfish on their side of the floor, which would still be the left-hand side. And this is going to be a point for the Golden Eagles. They've started each set strong, and they get it here. Point for Aberdeen Central.
And now Spearfish, you're really going to have to focus up. This is your season. It all depends on one set. You're going to have to beat the Eagles now in 5 after dropping 2 sets to none. And that service ace that time from Aberdeen Central, that'll certainly help. As that time, service error, not service ace. But error that time from number 3, Kennedy Osborne. She had 23 aces on the season, but served that one into the net.
As they get it over, it's dug up there by Yackley. Now here's the attack by Bowman. Point, Spartans.
And I feel like that is your X factor right now for Spearfish. Adeline Bowman leads the team in kills. She's been one of your more reliable hitters the entire season, as she's been easily the most effective offensive weapon for the Spartans. And that serve died right when it crossed the net from Callie Reiners. Wow.
Spearfish now up 3-1 here in this third set. Thanks for joining us tonight on KDSJ 980 AM and 103.5 FM on the radio dial this evening as Reiners will serve. Here's Aberdeen Central on the serve receive. Burkhardt slams it down. Point Golden Eagles.
And like Aberdeen Central, as a Bowman, she provides the spark for Spearfish whenever Aberdeen Central gets in a pickle. Oh, number 20 is somewhere on the floor. You can set her.
Now back to serve is the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles libero. They get it across. Now the attack deep into the net, and this will be a nice block set up by the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles, but the official says it's going to be a point for the Spartans.
As they say Burkhardt went over the net. And, the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles did not agree with that call. Spearfish thought that, it wasn't a point for them. It was a good play by Burkhardt, but the law on the court disagrees.
Now over to Aberdeen Central. This one, a block put up by the Spearfish Spartans. Point for the Spartans as they've had the momentum here in this third set as they lead it now 5-2.
Yeah, and it all starts with Bowman there at the service line. She provided the spark in set 2. See if she can follow suit in set 3.
And it gets over to Spearfish. Now deep into the net, and here it is, blocked. And this will be a point for Aberdeen Central. Kind of on her back of her heel there was Faith Hoffman, and unable to get it across the net. Back over to the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles as they will serve right after Adeline Bowman gets her shoe tied.
It's hard when you're 5'4", no matter how athletic it is, trying to hit the ball over the net flat-footed with a big block from Aberdeen Central.
And there is Keller along with Kirk. Back over to Aberdeen Central. Here's Yackley, goes to Hoffman. Back over to Aberdeen Central. Here's the attack by Burkhardt, and she hits this one long out of bounds.
And they will call a tip on Spearfish, so they'll keep it there with Aberdeen. As that's what effective hitter can do. It doesn't matter if the block's up there, if it's not there. As Burkhardt, she'll just hit through anything.
Here is Kirk, one of just 2 seniors for Spearfish, able to get that one over. Yackley dives on the floor. That's what a libero should do. And now here's the attack by Aberdeen Central. It's partially blocked by Spearfish, but comes down on their side.
Yeah, that's one offensive weapon for Aberdeen Central that head coach Shelby Richards said they need to be aware of, and that is a number 4 for the Golden Eagles, as that's Kennedy Withers, the left-hander that plays right side. It's kind of an awkward hitting motion, but that's what makes her so effective, because not a lot of teams really know how to deal with her with that weird hitting style.
It'll be a point for the Spearfish Spartans as they have the lead now 6-5. Keller will go out of the game as on the rotation they bring in Brooklyn Yackley to go back to serve. She'll get it in the middle of the floor, right there on the baseline, and she'll jump serve it over to Aberdeen Central. And Aberdeen Central, the ball came down and almost hit him in the face. Point Spartans.
As that was just a weird kind of turn of events. As both girls, I don't know if they both touched it and it just fell over on Aberdeen's side, and I guess play for the next ball.
Yackley with the serve. Low and just over the net. Here's Aberdeen Central. They hit it down on the Spearfish side, inbounds. Point for the Golden Eagles makes it 7-6.
Again, it's Burkhardt. Whenever the Eagles get in a pickle, again, serve it to number 20. Doesn't matter if she's strong side, right side, in the back row, from the top floor, from the top rope, from the bench. As server, she'll get the point.
Now it goes to Reiners with the set to Zanstra. Aberdeen Central. They're not going to get that one over. The libero for Aberdeen Central is number 33. She's not on our roster.
That is Taylin Kaufman. Yep. Normally wears number 15, but wearing number 33 tonight.
That helps. And they don't have a libero listed on their roster, and she's that. So 15 is now 33. Reiners goes to the middle of the floor. Spearfish able to get it over. Now here comes the Golden Eagles, partially tipped. It's dug up by Spearfish, and they get it over. Here's the attack by the Golden Eagles, and this one will be out of bounds. Point, Spearfish.
The line judge honestly had the best possibility of trying to dig that hit that time, but that's what makes Kennedy Withers so dangerous from the right side, is she can hit it across the floor from the right side and really makes the ball unpredictable and not an average type of right sider. As now Aberdeen Central will call a timeout as they fall behind 10-6.
Spartans with their biggest lead of the night, 10-6 here in set number 3. It's do or die over the next few sets for the Spearfish Spartans as they trail 2-0. We'll be back in 30 seconds for more high school volleyball on KDSJ Sports.
drive it on to victory with the Granite Home Team. At Granite Automotive, making all the right moves and scoring points for a better customer experience is a true team effort. From sales to finance, showroom to service, every Granite Home Team member has a role to play and a job to perform to make sure your next buying experience is your best buying experience. Enthusiastically on your side. Drive Granite. Go team. Go Granite. Buick, Nissan, GMC. Rapid City. Click drivegranite.com.
Back here at the Spearfish High School gym on a Thursday night, Class AA night of volleyball, the SoDak 16. Spearfish hosting Aberdeen Central. The Golden Eagles try to get it over front row near side, but caught in a pickle there, and a point for the Spearfish Lady Spartans as they now lead it 11-6 Spartans, and they're going to be back to serve. This time it is Faith Hoffman, sends it all the way to the back. Here comes Aberdeen Central. Attack. Oh, that is out of bounds, says the line judge. Woo! That was close.
Right on the line. That could have gone either way. I mean, the line judge still staring at the ground. It's like, did I really hit that? Did I really call that the right way? Because that was about as close as you could get.
Now here's the attack by Aberdeen Central. Dug up by Spearfish. Here's the set by Reiners. Over to Kirk. She gets it over in 3. Now here comes the Golden Eagles. It's blocked at the net by the Spearfish Spartans. Block City, here we are. 13-6 Spartans, their biggest lead of the night.
Yeah, and the middle hitter for Aberdeen Central having a hard time when it comes to dealing with that block for Spearfish. As the middle blocker that time, that is Carly Nyman, sophomore, 5'10".
Aberdeen Central gets it over. They had their momentum going into the net. Did not touch the net, but then an error on Spearfish, and that will give Aberdeen Central the point. So the Golden Eagles down by 6. They've been comfortably ahead through those first 2 sets. Haven't had to worry about catching up, but now they do. Yackley with the dig. Middle of the floor. Zanstra gets it across. Aberdeen Central unable to get it back. Point Spartans.
Yeah, and good recognition from Zanstra. Probably could see in her peripheral vision there from the middle hitter position, seeing the block squeeze in on her. Changes her hit from a spike there to a tip, finds the open spot, and Aberdeen Central not able to recover.
Kirk gets it over on the serve. Here comes Aberdeen Central from the far side. Now goes over to Spearfish. Kirk, middle of the floor. It's dug up here by Aberdeen Central. They go back to that right side, partially blocked by Spearfish, but a point for the Golden Eagles.
And there's that right side again from Kennedy Withers. Able to hit cross her body there with the left hand. She really can hit the spots, hit some spots from the right side that you don't traditionally see, and that's just going to be awkward to deal with for most teams.
This will be a point for Aberdeen Central as they're now within 5, 14-9. They're back to serve again. Serving for the Golden Eagles is Kennedy Withers, one of the girls that we talked about in the pregame show. She's a junior right side hitter. And that is why we have a microphone over on the far side of the floor. Right there on the net, you could probably hear that block over there. And a point for the Spearfish Spartans. 15-9. Spartans up by 6. Setting Zanstra back to serve. She gets it across. Now Aberdeen Central on the attack. Dug up there by Kirk. Over to Keller. Keller to Aberdeen Central. Golden Eagles get it over in 3. Now Spearfish's turn. They tap it over. Here's Aberdeen Central. And Spearfish unable to get it over. Point for the Golden Eagles as Yackley will check back in for Spearfish on the rotation. This sends Aberdeen Central back to serve.
As now we'll see coming back to serve, that will be Kennedy Osborne, the lone senior in the starting rotation. Osborne, as again the senior, see if she can provide a spark.
Here is a 50-50 ball at the net, and it lands on the Aberdeen Central side. So now Reiners will go back to serve for Spearfish. Callie Reiners. She's a junior setter, 35 aces this season, second on the team. She has 255 digs to go along with all those set assists. And then Avery Kirk gets hit in the side of the face.
Yeah, it's really hard to dig a volleyball when it's coming at like mock chicken towards your face. It's really hard to dig up, so I do not blame Avery Kirk. And like head coach Shelby Richards said, when you get one spiked right in the face, you say, hey, good hit, play the next ball.
And a point for the Golden Eagles. Back-to-back points as they get the block. Now 16-12 as the Spartans' lead has shrunk down to 4. And Aberdeen Central is back to serve again.
Yeah, 3-0 scoring run for Aberdeen Central. Spearfish needing to respond.
Cliffman on the serve. Spearfish gets it back. Now they got to get ready defensively because here comes Aberdeen Central. Here's Kirk. Goes over to Bowman, and now Aberdeen Central on the attack. Dug up by Yackley. Here is Spearfish getting it over in 2. Aberdeen Central. Yackley digs it up again. Now middle of the floor. Goes to Bowman. Aberdeen Central digs it up. The volley continues. Now goes over to Keller, and she'll hit it into the net. Point for the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles.
And that was a great defensive play that time by the Eagles. They call it a pancake. It looked like it was going to fall on the ground, but the girl just put her hand flat on the ground. The ball bounces off her hand, stays alive, as it looked like it could be a kill, but it keeps it up and alive. And Aberdeen Central able to, again, get another kill off of a hitting error from Keller.
I like pancakes. We'll be back in 30 seconds on KDSJ Sports.
For nearly 50 years, Low Roofing Incorporated has been the trusted name in commercial roofing across western South Dakota and eastern Wyoming. Family owned and operated since 1975, they bring quality craftsmanship and reliable service to every project, big or small. From repairs to new installations, Low Roofing Incorporated covers it all. Protect your business with the experts who care and products that last. Call 1-800-658-4543. Low Roofing Incorporated, building a legacy of trust, one roof at a time.
Welcome back to the Spearfish High School gym. Lots of maroon throughout the stands tonight on this maroon out as the Golden Eagles and the Spartans coming out of their timeout. It'll be Aberdeen Central to serve. Clefman will do the serving.
They're currently on a 4 points, actually I think 5 point scoring run right now, the Eagles, that get themselves back into the game. They were trailing as many as 6, now they're just down by 3.
So they get the volleyball over from the line judge, and we're ready to play on. 16-13 with the Golden Eagles try to mount a comeback here in the third set. Comes over to the Spearfish side. Now here's Keller. She gets it across, dug up there by Aberdeen Central. Now here's the attack. This is hit deep and out of bounds. Point Spartans.
Yep, that will break the scoring run for Aberdeen Central, which if you're a Spearfish Spartan fan, you're really happy to hear. Again, Spearfish needing to rally up, down 2-0. Need to make it 3 straight sets in order to advance to Sioux Falls.
Here's Burkhardt, gets it across over to Spearfish. Now the Spartans go to Keller. Keller hits this one deep and out of bounds. Point for the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles as they're back within 3.
And I know it's not quite in the rotation. It's kind of an awkward spot to get her the ball, but I would like to see Spearfish go more to Adeline Bowman. She's been able to provide a spark offensively, and see if they get her involved here during this rally.
Aberdeen Central on the attack, partially touched by Yackley. Point for Aberdeen Central as the Golden Eagles on the right side of the net throughout this entire match. Their bench is over there, their crowd is over there. And a 2-point lead now for Spearfish, which was 6. Now it's 2. Here is Kirk. Let's get active and let's get physical. Here we go. Back over to the Spartan side. Here's Keller into the block. Back over to Yackley. Here comes Reiner sending it over. Here's Yackley. One-timer and a point. Spartans.
That was again right on the line, Yackley. You don't see the libero get a lot of kills, as in fact, if you look at Yackley there as far as offensive stats, she only has now 9 kills on the season. So the libero trying to prevent this from being her last home volleyball game or just last volleyball game in general, doing everything she can to keep her Lady Spartans in the game.
The libero, Brooklyn Yackley, now serves it over. Here comes the Aberdeen Central attack. They can't get it over thanks to the block party on the front row of the Spearfish Spartans.
Yep, and you see Tabby Zanstra, who leads the team in blocks, as well as Addie Keller, who sets third, coming together on the block. Your junior and your senior there at the block, and again, big blocks can help get this crowd more involved.
Now over to the Spearfish side. They are able to get it over. Aberdeen Central on the return. They go to Burkhardt. It's dug up by Spearfish, but it goes under the net. It needs to go over.
Yep, and that's just the experience from Burkhardt. Again, she's only a sophomore, but being able to change up her shots as Spearfish really wanting to come together on the block whenever she gets into that strong side corner. There she just goes for the tip, and no one's there to recover.
Now here is the return by Kirk. Aberdeen Central gets it over there by Kennedy Withers. Spearfish is waiting and attacking and getting the kill. Point by Zanstra and the Lady Spartans.
Tabby Zanstra again, who leads the Spartans in kill average, as she doesn't get a lot of chances to swing at the ball. Spearfish likes to go to the outside in the back row, but when Zanstra gets involved, it just makes the offense flow a lot smoother.
This time, Hoffman gets it over on the serve. Now goes over to Aberdeen Central. Comes right in front of a couple of Spartans as they were settled in the back row. That was right in the middle. And a point for Aberdeen Central.
Yeah, Aberdeen Central, when they've been hitting the ball hard and through blocks here in the middle of this third set, as now they're leaving that open wide, leaving the middle of the floor wide open, and Aberdeen Central's taking advantage of it.
Here comes Spearfish. Yackley now goes over to Kirk. Kirk on the attack, partially blocked there by Aberdeen Central. They go to Burke. Now back over to Spearfish's side. Couldn't see who number 12 was, but that's Borg. And now we go far side of the floor. Maybe a lift, nothing called. It's blocked by Aberdeen Central. Now back over to Bowman. Bowman sends it deep, and now here comes Aberdeen Central. They get it over, dug up. Here's Reiners with a nice setup for Zanstra, who gets it across. The rally and the volley continues. Here comes Kirk. Hits it down. Point, Spartans.
There's Avery Kirk. She's been the spark plug throughout the season, as this game has been more Addie Bowman. Avery Kirk, we haven't called her name a lot, mainly on the defensive side, but now Kirk getting involved into the kill column. I believe that might be her first kill of the night.
Coming into this game, she was second in the team in kills. Avery Kirk has 17 aces on the season coming into tonight. Let's serve one out right here. She gets it across. Here's Aberdeen Central on the serve receive. Blocked by Spearfish. Point for the Spartans. Front row over there on the far side, getting the job done. And a timeout called by the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles. Spartans up by 5, 22-17. We'll be back after this quick timeout on KDSJ Sports.
For over 20 years, there's been a better alternative for car repair in Spearfish and the Northern Black Hills. It's Auto Doctor, with their 2 ASC certified mechanics who each have over 40 years of experience, and their state-of-the-art facility. They'll treat your vehicle like it's theirs. From mechanical repairs, brakes, alignments, tires, AC work, and more, Auto Doctor also provides advanced diagnostics. From Audis to Volkswagens, if your car is ill, we're the pill. Auto Doctor off Exit 14 Heritage Drive, Spearfish.
From the Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine broadcast booth, I'm Cody Oliver, along with Clayson Davis and Paul James over on KDSJ-TV. We have all the action for you. KDSJ 980 AM, 103.5 FM, KDSJ980.com, and the Listen Live link. We have the KDSJ Sports mobile app rolling. We have KDSJ-TV, which you can find on YouTube and Facebook Live. Here's the serve by Avery Kirk. The wheels are rolling now, and Aberdeen Central able to get the point coming out of the timeout. And now it's 22-18. No timeouts left for Aberdeen Central. Spearfish has one.
And now Aberdeen Central, they need to go on a run to send themselves over the Sioux Falls. An overpass from Spearfish offensively trying to receive the serve. And again, serve receive as Aberdeen Central getting it done from behind the service line. That's Kennedy Withers there from behind the line.
Aberdeen Central, an 89% serving percentage for the team. 133 total aces on the air. And nothing that Spearfish can do on this one. 3 straight points for Aberdeen Central as they're trying to win this set and punch their ticket to state. Spearfish against the wall and on their heels. Serve receive so important as Kirk would not get it over. 3 errors in a row for the Spearfish Spartans, and Aberdeen Central is feeling good now as they're just down by 1.
Yeah, on a 4-point scoring run too, and that's really gotten the Eagles back into the game, and that's going to force head coach Shelby Richards call a timeout.
And we'll take it with him. Thanks to our sponsors joining us throughout this fall sports season on KDSJ and KDSJ-TV.
This year marks the 50th anniversary of Pillin Optical. Since 1974, Pillin has dedicated its business to serving the community with quality eye care at a great price. The inventory has grown, giving you the widest selection of frames while maintaining the best prices for your family eye care needs. Your family is special, and Pillin Optical wants you to enjoy every minute clearly with them. After all, at Pillin Optical, quality eye care and customer service is the most important thing next to your sight. Pillin Optical, family owned for 50 years, 409 Kansas City Street.
Back here at the Spearfish High School gym, Class AA SoDak 16 high school volleyball. Spearfish trying to keep this lead. It was 6, now it's down to 1. 22-21. Reiners sends it over to Bowman, and Bowman with another hitting error for the Spearfish Spartans. It's contagious. 22-22, 4 points in a row now for Aberdeen Central as we come down the stretch in this third set. Over to Spearfish's side. Zanstra gets it over. Aberdeen Central sends it back. Reiners with the set. Zanstra is blocked. Back to Kirk. High up in the air. Spearfish gets it over in 3. Pressure is mounting as Spearfish tries to get that lead back. And a point for Aberdeen Central. They've reeled off 5 points in a row. There goes the lead. Now the lead back to Aberdeen Central, 23-22.
And now Spearfish, they're just starting to second guess themselves. As you see Bowman last time on that hitting error, just really didn't know what to go with the tip or with the hit, and they just makes a hitting error.
Now here comes Aberdeen Central. You got to think Burkhardt will be a factor here down the stretch as the Spartans probably got to set up Kirk or Bowman with some attacks. Aberdeen Central gets it over. Now it's deep into the net for Reiners. She gets it over. Aberdeen Central sends it back. Here's Reiners with the set. Bowman with the attack. Out of bounds. Point for Aberdeen Central as it's now set point, match point, and the ticket to state is on the line. 24-22, Aberdeen Central with a 2-point lead. They serve it across. Here's Kirk with the dig. Over to Reiners. Now here's Bowman. It's dug up by Aberdeen Central. Aberdeen Central doesn't make very many mistakes. Burkhardt gets the point. And the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles are going off to the Class AA state tournament, sweeping the Spearfish Spartans and getting the third set win, 25-22.
Yeah, Spearfish just there at the ending couldn't quite seal the deal. As now both teams will go shake hands at midfield, midcourt. As Aberdeen Central, they avenged their loss from the SoDak 16 in basketball as they quiet the maroon wave here in Spearfish. And the Spartans, they had their chances, kind of came out of the gate sleepwalking. Aberdeen Central came to play after that long bus ride. Spearfish able to get back into the game, really start to try to develop some momentum. They were ahead 22-17 at one point, and then Aberdeen Central rattled off 8 straight points as Spearfish hitting errors and serve receive was helter-skelter at times too. And just in the end, it was Aberdeen Central making enough plays to just take care of the Spartans. Sometimes the Spartans were their own worst enemy in this game. Other times it was just a rebound from Aberdeen Central as the Golden Eagles showing resiliency throughout the entire match. Whenever they were faced with adversity, they definitely faced adversity better this game out of the two teams, and therefore they're the ones going to Sioux Falls.
Holy cow, what a comeback by Aberdeen Central there in the third set as they punched their ticket to state, winning the match 25-9, 27-25, and rallying for a 25-22 third set victory. It's shock and disappointment on the Spearfish side of the net, while the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles will be given their medals and that berth to the Class AA state tournament next weekend. We'll be back with our post-game show coming up. A look at some of the highlights and numbers from this contest. We have our player of the game, the Junix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram scoreboard, and more when we return after this 2-minute break on KDSJ Sports.
The Gold-Dust Casino invites you to try the new menu items now being offered at Maverick Steak and Cocktails. Watch the action as you dine inside the Gold-Dust Casino with tables overlooking the gaming floor. Enjoy over 210 of the newest slot machines and table games in Deadwood. And use your club card for great discounts at the 2 hotels right in the middle of the action. Get reservations today by calling 605-559-1400 or visiting golddustdeadwood.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jet Rogers at Peak Family Chiropractic and Sports Performance. We all take different paths in life. That's why we utilize multiple different treatments here at Peak. Our main treatment is our high-level chiropractic adjustment, but we also emphasize the use of cupping, scraping, vibration massage, trigger point therapy, and active care to promote movement, strength, mobility, and most of all, pain relief. Why travel to multiple locations when you can have total wellness under one roof? Stop in today, and let's get you to your peak.
What is it that makes you powerful? It's not only having a voice, but knowing that it's heard, loud and clear. We understand knowledge can change your life, and that energy will continue to power it. And because you're part of a Touchstone Energy Cooperative, we're always listening. Because you're more than just a customer, you're a member. And what's more powerful than that?
Powder River Energy, serving Northeast Wyoming since 1946.
A lot of land comes with a lot of work. The new Kubota MX Series has a lot to offer, including the versatility to mow, move hay bales, grade roads, and clear brush and snow. An optional spacious cab to keep you comfortable in any conditions. A front-end loader with excellent loader lift capacity, hydrostatic or gear transmission options, and affordably priced. Visit your local Kubota dealer today. See Butte County Equipment, located on U.S. Highway 212, Belle Fourche, or go online to automotivecompanync.com.
Welcome back here to the Spearfish High School gym. There was a maroon out, and it was a nice crowd on hand here for the Class AA SoDak 16 for the Spearfish Spartans hosting the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles. Aberdeen Central took control in that first set. They win it 25-9. They win the second set a little bit extra there, 27-25. And then the third set, they come back. Looked like Spearfish was going to win the set and maybe make a comeback here in the match, but Aberdeen Central out of nowhere taking advantage of Spearfish errors a lot there in the final third part of the set, and Aberdeen Central makes an 8-point comeback and wins it 25-22 to win the match 3-0. As we want to say thanks to another one of our fall sports sponsors, as the fall sports season is all done now here for the Northern Black Hills. Thanks to Wolf's Plumbing and Heating. They've been along with us for every broadcast right here in Spearfish. Call 605-642-5755 or see more at wolfph.com. As we're back here at the Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine broadcast booth. You never want the visiting team to be celebrating on your home court, but that's what Aberdeen Central has the privilege of doing right now as they get the SoDak 16 trophy. They get their medals, and an 8-9 matchup is always kind of a toss-up, and Aberdeen Central comes in here and gets a sweep 3-0.
Yeah, looking at some of the statistics we saw on here, well, we don't have statistics with us right now, but looking at some of the notes, Spearfish got off not a good start. Had 5 serving errors that spotted Aberdeen Central 5 points. They were trailing us, it was the closest it really got was about 6-10, And from there, it just blew up into really just a lot of mistakes, honestly. And as Spearfish really couldn't receive the ball very well either whenever Aberdeen Central was able to serve, as one mistake piled into another one. That's how Spearfish dropped set 1 25-9. Set 2 looked like Spearfish came out ready to go. Seemed like fixed a lot of mistakes as Spearfish went on a 6-1 run at one point in the time. As Spearfish, they had 2 set points at the final end of the second set. Couldn't get it done either side, and then when Aberdeen Central at a 27-28 mark, Aberdeen Central had 1 set point. It was an awkward hit. It almost went out of bounds by Aberdeen Central. Callie Reiners thought it would fall out of bounds, but nonetheless, it just landed inside the corner, and that made it 27-25 in favor of Aberdeen Central. Meanwhile, set 3, as Aberdeen Central, really they were the ones that were bitten by the mistake bug, as it looked like Spearfish really had a chance to really start to come back. They were up as many as 17, but Spearfish didn't score another point. It was hitting errors. Then almost to me, it looked like Spearfish got in their head a little bit when it comes to picking their shots, as really didn't know if you would go with the tip or try to hammer it home, as had a few hitting errors that might have changed the psyche of the Spartans. They were late in the third set. Aberdeen Central knew it. They smelled blood in the water. Served it to their heavy hitters, especially Burkhardt. Also had Kennedy Withers, Camden Borg. Really all those top 3 kills, statistical kills leaders for Aberdeen Central got her done on the floor, and Aberdeen Central, credit to their fan base for traveling clear up here to Spearfish, taking the maroon out and just riding the wave of emotion right here in Spearfish, and that's why they're heading to Sioux Falls. And Spearfish, unfortunately, historic season here comes to an end tonight.
In a season that had a 19-match winning streak, and they got this home game tonight in the Class AA. And they beat Aberdeen Central in the regular season, but that doesn't matter. As we get into the match tonight, Aberdeen Central comes to town, wins it 3-0, 25-9, 27-25, 25-22, 3-0, in a match that lasted an hour and 18 minutes. Aberdeen Central improves to 13-8 on the season, and Spearfish Lady Spartans end the season with a record of 23-10. And our coverage of high school sports this fall is being brought to you by Proline Equipment Rental, also by Powder River Energy, and thanks to Low Roofing. Coming up, we have a look at the Junix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram scoreboard. It's all about Class AA tonight for their SoDak 16. And we have high school volleyball action still to come here from the Spearfish High School gym. Everybody's pointing at me saying, let's send it down to Paul James. He is down on the court with the Aberdeen Central head coach.
Yes, I am. Thanks very much, Cody. Coach, please say your last name.
Bendenagle.
Thank you. I was going to mess it up, so I had to. But, wow, what can you say about your trek here to Spearfish, in the bus all day, and you come in and you get the three right away to end this here and head to Sioux Falls?
Yeah, I'm really proud of our kids. Came out strong in that first set, and then, just kind of struggled a little bit after that. A lot of respect for Shelby and her crew. They're a great volleyball team, and I feel like we're pretty fortunate to walk out of here in 3, but kids played hard.
There was a couple of the last 2 were closer, obviously. It looked like Spearfish kind of got their footing.
They did, and we knew that that's the type of team they were. They have good hitters, they play good defense, and all of those fundamental things. I think we were down 17-22 in that last one, and just got a good server back there, and it went our way tonight.
Absolutely, and now off to Sioux Falls, so now you got to start thinking ahead about that, and obviously living out that way, you probably see those teams a little more than we do out here, so you got some tough work ahead of you.
We do. We'll have Harrisburg first round if they win their SoDak match tonight, and yeah, we're just going to have a great weekend with the kids next weekend. We went in last year and got 8th, and so we're looking to improve on that.
Gotcha. Thanks so much, and congrats.
Thank you.
You bet. There you go, guys.
Thank you, Paul James, as that's why we have every resource possible here at the Spearfish High School gym tonight. Thanks to Paul James over from Eagle Country helping us out tonight on KDSJ Sports. And now we're going to take a break here from some of our sponsors making this broadcast possible on KDSJ Radio and KDSJ-TV If you like or even if you don't like what you've been seeing all year, we got to give it up for our sponsors for making it all possible. We'll be back in 2 minutes on KDSJ Sports.
Jake's Collision Repair has built their reputation by offering the highest quality, guaranteed repairs in the area. Satisfied customers return again and again for everything from collision repair to custom paint, glass and windshield, and the best hail repair in the region. They're preferred by most insurance companies and work with all of them. Jake's Collision Repair of Spearfish and Sturgis. Give them a Google today for the best repair on your vehicle, guaranteed.
At Monument Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, we are here to help you make your comeback. Our team is standing by to diagnose and treat your injury with some of the most advanced treatment options available and same-day appointments. Monument Health practitioners work closely with our therapists and physicians in communities throughout the Black Hills, with locations in Rapid City and Spearfish. Visit monument.health/orthopedics for more information. That's monument.health/orthopedics for more information.
You see them everywhere. That's because Heinzerling Concrete of Spearfish is the most trusted name for everything from driveways, sidewalks, decorative stamp patios, and of course, foundations. Heinzerling Concrete is proud to support the activities that help our area youth build their foundation for future success. Whatever the job, Heinzerling Concrete is the name you can trust. Google Heinzerling Concrete in Spearfish or call 210-2320.
Beef Logic Inc. is proud to sponsor South Dakota's high school and collegiate athletes this season as they work alongside their partners at the South Dakota Beef Industry Council to deliver the Build Your Base sports nutrition program at local high schools and colleges around the state and the country. Are you looking for a simple, easy-to-follow program that can help you and your family optimize performance both on and off the field of play? Check out buildyourbase.org and learn why beef continues to be the premier protein for athletic performance and recovery.
As we continue to put in some work here at the Spearfish High School gym on this Thursday night, the Class AA SoDak 16 for high school volleyball. And let's head to the Junix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram scoreboard. 8 matches across the state tonight. And the number 1 team in the state, the Harrisburg Tigers, they did not lose a game last year. They haven't lost a game yet this year. As the winning streak continues, they get the best of Douglas tonight, 3-0, 25-6, 25-18, and 25-14 to make quick work of the Douglas Patriots. Number 9 seed Aberdeen Central defeats number 8 seed Spearfish here in Spearfish tonight. A minor upset, 25-9, 27-25, and 25-22. So Aberdeen Central gets the sweep here, which surprises me. Not that they won, but that they just swept them in. They were much more consistent throughout the match tonight, and Spearfish was on their heels, especially late there in the third quarter. Number 2 seed Sioux Falls Jefferson, they defeated number 15 seed Pierre 3-0. Number 7 seed Brandon Valley defeated number 10 seed Rapid City Stevens 3-1. Also in the SoDak 16 tonight for Class AA, number 4 seed Sioux Falls O'Gorman. They defeated number 13 seed Rapid City Central 3-0. So our Black Hills teams did not do well tonight. Number 5 seed Watertown, they defeated number 12 seed Brookings 3-0. Number 3 seed Sioux Falls Washington defeated Huron 3-0. And Sioux Falls Washington defeated Sioux Falls Lincoln 3-1. So the only real upset would be number 9 seed Aberdeen Central with a victory tonight at Spearfish. No West River teams get into the state volleyball tournament here for Class AA. The only area volleyball team going to any of the volleyball tournaments next weekend will be the Kadoka Area Cougars representing Class B. So that's a look at your Junix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram scoreboard. The season comes to an end for the Spartans with a record of 23-10. Aberdeen Central is guaranteed 3 more matches as they're now 12-9 on the year. And it's time now for the Superior Performance, being brought to you by Superior Auto Solutions. And they are located right here in Spearfish. Call 605-642-9111 or see their inventory online at superioroutosd.com. It's time for our player of the game as we send it back over to Clayson Davis. KDSJ-TV has the votes tabulated.
Yeah, the votes reading 100% one way. That player of the game will go to Kennedy Withers, the right side junior for Aberdeen Central, a lefty playing on the right side. It gave Spearfish problems really dealing with her as Burkhardt got most of the attention, but when Burkhardt was struggling, they set it over to number 4, Withers, as she was really able to use her kind of gifted ability of being a left-handed right-sider and hit the ball across court a little easier and find spots on the floor that you really don't normally see from a weak side hitter, as she was also dominant from the serving line as well. Didn't have as many errors as a lot of the other girls did on the floor, and we haven't gave one to our right side really the entire season. So ending off KDSJ's volleyball coverage, first season with volleyball here on KDSJ-TV. We survived it. Nothing majorly bad went wrong, but we do want to award our superior performer the game, brought to you by Superior Auto Solutions, to Kennedy Withers, the right side junior from Aberdeen Central. Also, note voting for October's Superior Performer is still up on our website at KDSJ980.com. Go to the Sports tab, and from all of our Superior Performers from the month of October, you can go back and vote for your favorite Superior Performer, as they also see what they did and what contest they were from, as the winner of October's Superior Performer, Superior Auto Solutions in Spearfish. They will donate $100 to the school's athletic department.
Again, that is our superior performance and our player of the game tonight. We also had our Junix Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram scoreboard. We'll be back to tell you what's coming up on KDSJ Radio. And also, big thanks over to the crew tonight over at KDSJ-TV on YouTube and Facebook Live, as they're going to be signing off, it looks like, for the night. So we send it to Clayson Davis for some final thoughts there on the TV side.
Yeah, thank you, Cody. Again, needing to shut down here before Mr. Wademan here, the athletic director here at Spearfish, kicks us off the Wi-Fi. So we are going to pack up shop here with KDSJ-TV. If you want to hear what's coming up next for some of these schools, you can listen to KDSJ 980 AM, 103.5 FM. And if you're out of the area and can't listen to the radio waves, you can also listen to us online at KDSJ980.com, as well as the KDSJ Sports mobile app. Anyway, I've been Clayson Davis. Also want to give a big shout out to Mr. Paul James over there running camera 2 for us as well, also being our sideline reporter. Something we wanted him to do after the whole Sturgis football game. We thought he was a really good third commentator. Not the best looking sideline reporter we have, but you know what? The budget's pretty low at KDSJ-TV, so it'll have to work. But do want to give a big shout out to Paul James at KDSJ-TV for doing a lot of heavy lifting, being our sideline reporter today, being cameraman, and all around just great help with KDSJ-TV. But anyways, I'm Clayson Davis. If you want to listen to more, go to KDSJ980.com and listen to Cody Oliver. Anyways, Clayson Davis signing off with KDSJ-TV.
And I'm Cody Oliver back here on this side of things for the radio. We're going to take a quick break, come back, and see what we have for KDS.